Why, hello there. Yesterday, I watched Cowboys and Aliens. Yes. It was okay. Fine entertainment. I will give it a 6. It's about Daniel Craig is a man who wakes up, doesn't know who he is, where he's from, or anything, amnesia in general. Happens across a small town. It's a Western, it's a period piece. Happens across a small town, tries to, figure out who he is. Turns out he's a wanted man. And then all of a sudden, aliens come out of the sky and start taking people. And he remembers more and more about what happened, and attempts to get back at the aliens and get those his loved ones from the aliens with the help of the townspeople and various other miscreants. It's okay, it's all right. Production value is very high. All the special effects are really good. That's the best part about it. The aliens looked really cool. I really liked their flying machines, how they were, antiquated in a way. A lot of the times, movies hide their creatures, their aliens, in the dark, dark, rainy, scenes that are special effects heavy. Here the film is, not afraid to show its special effects, and therefore the special effects are very good. There's a lot of scenes out in broad daylight. Lots of, fighting goes on in open area, broad daylight. Again, not ashamed to show off their CGI. And it does look really good. I like the design of the aliens. The aliens were cool. Again, production value, very good. I was taken, back to that time, and then totally believed that aliens could come down, or did come down. I appreciated the pace. It wasn't just, action scene after action scene like I thought it was going to be. It's like, I don't think that even the aliens show up until 40 minutes in. So there is a lot of character build-up. Then it just kind of snowballs into action, which is, fine. But it does kind of lose its story after a while. That's basically my whole beef with the film is, the story. All the acting is really good. Let's see who we got here. We have Daniel Craig. You got the big ones on the box there. You got Daniel Craig and Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford kind of plays against type here. He's a bad guy, for most of the film. But of course, everyone unites to defeat the aliens. Again, Harrison Ford is a bad guy. He plays against type. Decent. Harrison Ford is always good. My problem with it is all of the characters, all of the actors are pretty much there to be one-sided caricatures, really. And the actors aren't really given a whole lot to work with. They both have, they just have to do, a couple things in terms of emotion. Harrison Ford didn't make, too many faces in this film. It's pretty much just stoicism, or he's angry, or he's, got it, again, some level of angry trying to kill an alien, or, I guess he's kind of morose there for a little bit, but again, not much work for the actors to do in this film. All the actors pretty much have a little bit to do in terms of emotion and range. Let's see, besides Daniel Craig and Harrison Ford, has Paul Dano, Clancy Brown, Sam Rockwell, who else is in there? Who is the lady? I'll have to look up the lady's name. Olivia Wilde, I guess. I'm not familiar with Miss Wilde. She was hot, though. Directed by Jon Favreau. Jon Favreau is a very good visual storyteller. He's a very good storyteller as long as he has a story to tell. I kind of like winced at the beginning credits when I saw that like 6 people wrote this, maybe even more. Okay, it's like, yeah, it is more, because the story, it was a story first, and the story was written by 3 people. Mark Fergus, Hawk Otsby, Steve Odekirk. So those 3 wrote the story, and then 3 other people helped them write the screenplay. Robert Orsi, Alex Kurtzman, and Damon Lindelof from Lost. Rule of thumb, good rule of thumb, is that the more credited writers there are, because oftentimes a film will go undergo a uncredited rewrite. So any time that a writer feels that he's done enough on a story to demand credit, being, 6 people this time, it's not going to be that great, and that's really my whole problem with the film, is that there's so many threads to this film, so many tangents that are explored very briefly and never really mentioned again. I felt like they were almost planning for a sequel that, they would hope would come. Like they introduced this gold mining, and they crave this gold. They are scouring the galaxy and universe for gold. And I don't know what they do with the gold. Why do they want the gold? Do they eat it? Is it, we know that it's valuable to them. But why is it valuable? What is going on there? Also, we meet another alien race that has been conquered by these beings before, and I wanted to know more about that. I basically just wanted to know more. I thought that, they had a decent storyline with, just what was going on, kidnapping people. Why are they just kidnapping people to study us? I know that they're learning our weaknesses, but, what are they learning about us by kidnapping us? And why do they keep kidnapping us? Isn't just a handful enough to figure out, what's going on with us? Again, just these little tangents that seem to distract from the central storyline, which maybe, there isn't much of one. And that's, again, the last half of the, not half, but last maybe half hour of the film is just a extended action sequence. Which, again, is fine, especially if you've got the talent of Jon Favreau, and, the action is good, the special effects are great. So it's, again, okay, but I didn't really care. I just didn't really care, and for a while I was just bored. I found it, to be a little boring, and, well, I didn't care about what happened. And I wanted to know more about the motivation of the aliens. About everyone's motivation, I wanted to know more. Daniel Craig was like the only one with like a fully fleshed out storyline. Harrison Ford, too, not as much, but I don't know. Again, the story seemed to wander. It seemed to wander. And then it would like forget something and go on to another, thread. Again, that's basically my only beef with the film. And that's why I'm giving it a 6. So, I had fun. It was good. Again, good special effects. I just like watching Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford doing anything is, pretty cool. And Daniel Craig was alright, too. He was fine. Again, no one had to do much. No one had to do much. So, okay, it was alright. Another, decent one from Jon Favreau. I don't think this is his best at all. In fact, I mean, I haven't watched Zathura in a long time, but it may be, you know, it's not Elf. Elf is probably his best film and is endlessly watchable. So it's definitely no Elf, and it's definitely no Iron Man, nor Iron Man 2 for that matter. But, you know, good cast, some fun, but kind of absent-minded, wandering, boring. And I just didn't care, really. But a lot of good action and really good special effects. Mindless, you know. Mindless. So there you go. That's Cowboys and Aliens. It's 6. Thanks.